Now at 5, a warning from police about taking the law into your own hands after a vigilante group sets up a sting.
And we don't know what that confrontation is going to look like.
Plus, recently released body cam video that shows the moments before a state trooper killed a man outside a Salem National Guard station. And an example of how community and police partnerships can produce positive results.
We put so much effort into what we do.
Thanks so much for joining us here at 5. I'm John Adams. Our top story, local police are condemning the actions of a social media personality known for exposing child predators. 3 men were arrested after thinking they were meeting with a minor. Police say these types of operations can pose safety risks and complicate investigations. Our Devin Haskins joins us now from the newsroom with more. And Devin, what kind of response are they getting from law enforcement?
Well, John, both Kaiser and Albany police say they didn't know these stings were happening until they were called and would have liked more of a heads up. They say groups like these doing it on their own can complicate the investigation process.
Albany police on Friday arrested 34-year-old Charles Melick, a registered sex offender, on an outstanding warrant. It was during a fake online meetup orchestrated by YouTube creator Gideon and his team posing as a minor. Police say the fake meetup was news to them.
They showed up unannounced and sprung this on us. That's one of the concerns that we have had in the past when we've assisted with other groups.
Police say these types of stings may have good intentions, but can also pose a risk to the public.
First thing is public safety. And so in this particular situation, we don't know who we're interacting with, and we don't know what that confrontation is going to look like.
On Thursday, Kaiser police, tipped off by Gideon, made 2 arrests. 29-year-old Kyle Andrew Monroy of Kaiser and 41-year-old Christopher James Lloyd of Portland. Gideon says his team, acting as decoys, would communicate with the men and pretend to be a minor, then arrange for a place to meet.
I'm not, the judge, jury, executioner, but I am the snitch. And, I will tell the police what these guys are doing.
Gideon sees what he's doing as the right thing.
If we can get these guys locked up and get the information to the police, then we should definitely do that.
Police, on the other hand, see it differently.
The Albany Police Department and area agencies, we do our own stings, and those stings are also very productive, but they're controlled to minimize risk to the public and certainly not put anyone in jeopardy that's unnecessary.
Police say if you want to report a crime against children, to contact cybertipline.org or call 1-800-THE-LOST. That's THELOST, or call your nearest police department. John?
All right, Devin, thank you so much for that report. Turning now to weather. After an extremely rainy end to the work week, we've dried out today and even got a few glimpses of the sun out there. Celine Stevens is joining us now. Celine, how are things looking heading into the evening hours tonight?
Well, the rain will be returning, but the good news is it'll be light rain. Right now, you can see you've had a break in all that moisture. It's looking pretty nice out there, a little bit cloudy. We're sitting at 56 degrees at the moment. Those winds are nice and calm. And so right now, temperatures across the map, I want to point that out because 55 in Vancouver, 54 in Aurora, lots of 50s on the map along the coast. We're looking at the low 50s, looks like 52 in Tillamook. But look at the temperatures already starting to rise. Right now, 8 degrees warmer right now than this time yesterday, 7 degrees in Vancouver warmer, 5 in Hillsborough. So temperatures are already starting to trend upward. Looks like Salem 9 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. And so taking a look at our radar, though, you can see the rain really started to thin out as we got later on to the afternoon. Along the coast, Newport area seems like they had some rain recently, but we haven't really been dealing with that moisture for the last few hours. Again, it's expected to come back as we get to the overnight hours. By Sunday, by midnight, I should say, we're going to see that rain return overnight, lasting into early Sunday afternoon. It looks like by 2:30, it's pretty much wrapping up. We're then just left with the clouds. But if you look at what we're expecting again for tomorrow in terms of temperatures, we're going to see 50s again, so 46 in the morning with the light rain. By the afternoon, 51 degrees, and then by around 5 p.m. that rain should be done. We're sitting at 58, but after that, temperatures are going to trend even higher. We're looking at 70s by Tuesday. We'll talk more about that in a bit. John?
That sounds nice. All right, Celine, we'll see you later in the show. Police body camera video released yesterday shows the deadly interactions between an Oregon State police trooper and 22-year-old Matthew Wong. It happened last month at the National Guard Air Station in Salem. This as a Marion County grand jury determined Trooper Justin Oxenrider was justified in using deadly force after confronting Wong on February the 27th. Now we want to warn you, the video is disturbing. We have edited parts of it.
Hey partner, how you doing? What's that? Could you go take your hands out of your pocket for me, please? No, you're not leaving right now. Hey, put your hands on your pocket right now. Do you understand? You want to get tased? Put the gun down! Put the knife down! Right now, put the knife down!
Well, the entire interaction lasts less than 1 minute. The investigation revealed that Wong left a threatening note at the National Guard Air Station and refused multiple police commands before pulling out a knife and charging at the trooper. Investigators said Wong had 2 prior arrests and no previous convictions. In a statement, the Marion County DA alluded to some of the mental health struggles Wong may have been experiencing at the time of the shooting. New tonight, Washington County deputies arrest a woman on attempted murder charges. Just before 7:45 this morning, deputies were called to an apartment on Northwest Chemeketa Lane, just west of Bethany. The victim told them 26-year-old Rosalia Martinez Hernandez forced herself into his home and stabbed him multiple times before running away. He was taken to the hospital with serious injuries, but he's expected to survive. Detectives arrested the suspect about 40 minutes later. And one person has been hospitalized with life-threatening injuries after an apartment fire last night in southeast Portland. Firefighters were called just after 11:30 to a complex near Southeast 122nd and Foster. They didn't see smoke or fire at first until one firefighter noticed a basement window that was hot to the touch. Once they made it inside, they found an 80-year-old man unconscious and trapped in thick smoke. They put the fire out quickly after finding the source. At this point, the man's condition is unknown. Well, today, a local nonprofit invited people to the URS Club in East Portland to honor 2-year-old Dane Paulson. After a 10-day search, Dane's body was found in the Siletz River by a volunteer diver. Today's event by Oregon's Vanished was meant to give the community a safe place to grieve and show Dane's parents that they're still being supported.
There's just way too many missing kids everywhere, really. But, you know, Oregon has a lot of them. And something just needs to change. And it takes an entire community to make that change.
They also invited people to donate money and write notes, all to be mailed to Dane's family. New developments surrounding a shop near Dawson Park recently linked to violence in an open-air drug market. Yesterday, the Oregon Liquor and Cannabis Commission issued an emergency license suspension order to the Stop and Go Mini Mart. When we last reported on this store, it was boarded up but had seemingly reopened. The shop's licensee now has until April the 21st to dispute the charges and license cancellation. Earlier this month, store owner Donald Sharma was arrested on felony drug charges. Meanwhile, there's some encouraging news about car thefts. The number of thefts are down in Oregon and Washington, with new data showing the Northwest actually leads the nation when it comes to the drop in vehicle thefts. Our Catherine Cook takes a look at those numbers.
Cell phone video shows Portland police arresting 2 people last month suspected of stealing this Ford Mustang. It happened near Southeast 148th and Division. A month earlier in the same neighborhood, police arrested 2 other people accused of stealing this Kia Soul. Both cases were flagged by the nonprofit PDX Stolen Cars.
Oh, it's the greatest feeling. I mean, we've recovered thousands of vehicles.
Chaz Newman with PDX Stolen Cars says every day their team is out tracking down stolen vehicles, then tipping off police. Because of that, he asked us not to show his face.
We put so much effort into what we do.
And this week, more evidence that it's paying off. The National Insurance Crime Bureau reported that vehicle thefts in Oregon dropped by 30% between 2023 and 2024, the 3rd biggest drop in the nation. Washington topped the list with a 32% drop. Nationwide, car theft is down 17%.
When you really hear the statistics, it helps you a lot, you know, and to know you're out there helping with that.
But it's a great indication of what we can do. We have proper funding, proper staffing, and an opportunity to address crime directly.
Portland Police Chief Bob Day credits the Police Bureau's stolen vehicle operation missions for the improvements. In January of 2022, 1,031 cars were reported stolen in Portland. In January 2023, 984 were stolen. Last January, the number dropped dramatically to 436, and this year, 309. Chief Day says continued grant funding should help them continue that trend.
The stolen vehicle operation mission is a huge success. We're proud of it. It's being copied around the nation. We have other states that are asking for it, and we intend to stay focused on that.
Newman also points to continued prosecution for car theft reduction, specifically efforts by the DA's Auto Theft Task Force, which targets large-scale theft rings and chop shops. In November, a judge sentenced a man to nearly 7 years behind bars for running a chop shop out of his home in Northeast Portland.
They are doing their job. They're doing what they can to do what they need to do to make sure these people don't do it again.
In Southeast Portland, Catherine Cook, KGW News.